Well, hello, it's Nancy today. You're probably wondering where is Nancy and what has happened to our daily 10 videos. Well, I decided I was getting a little bit tired of not going anywhere. So I asked Willem if he could possibly manage without me for a few days so I could go and see my cousin, who is kind of my sister.
I don't
And
mind if you talk about it.
what?
You can mention, I don't mind if you talk about it.
Oh, anyway, so I decided that after we had somebody to lunch at noon, and they left about 1:30 or something. And then I thought, this is a good time to go. And so I thought I was going to go, and I was also going to be here for the Rhinebeck Fair. And it's going to be a fiber festival. I thought, oh, that's going to be so cool. That's on Saturday. Well, I'll go now. And then I'll be there for Saturday, and I'll come home on Monday. And so we'll have a week. And Willem, of course, said, well, I don't know, I'll miss you. And so I didn't really feel too sympathetic because I was without him most of the time when he was going to work every day. And I really just needed to go I just needed to do this. And so I said, well, okay, if it's only for a week. And so I got in my car and I drove on the freeway, and I drove and drove until I got to the Berkshire Mountains. And here I am. And it's just lovely. These are my relatives all live in this area in Connecticut. So it's just lovely to be here. We've been tootling about. We've been exploring places we've never been before. And so that's what we're doing. And so I'm not going to Georgia from here. I'm going to go home to Canada when I'm done here. And then we'll come back here again later. And then we'll go to Georgia after that. I'm not sure when. Later. November, maybe. Anyway, I can't figure that far ahead. Maybe late October. Depends how things pan out. So, is there anything you wanted me to tell you? My cousin is not like Mary Jane. She doesn't want to be on film. She's like many of you. And so I will protect her privacy, or I will respect her privacy and not video her. But I have taken some interesting pictures. There's beautiful rocks in the mountains, big, huge cliffs of rocks, and I don't know, some interesting plants. You know those little purple flowers I showed you that are blooming now at home? They had those little kind of heart-shaped leaves, and they were really low on the ground, and now they suddenly sprouted up high and have these little, I guess they're kind of like the shape of a lilac, but with just a very few flowers. And they're mostly purple, but some have yellow, a few, the odd yellow one in them. And here, it's the same flowers, but they're all yellow. And then there's some that are all purple. Like all the flowers on one plant are all yellow. Anyway, it was very interesting, so I took a picture of that. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, so it's peach season over here in Connecticut, which is very south of where we are in Canada. So it's like the equator here. They get the same weather we get the day after. So anyway, so that's what I'm up to. I'm visiting. And then I'll go home. Just a little quick trip over here. It's really good to touch base with relatives, you know? It's really good. I don't get to see these relatives all the time. We used to live up here when I was young, and then we moved down to Georgia and came up every year for a few years, and then it was like every 5 years, or then it became every 10 years or something, you know. So we didn't see everybody that much in the end. Then I moved to Canada. And then I saw them sometimes because I could come straight over or just down a little bit to Connecticut. and over. That was easier than coming from Georgia. I think we're about 7 hours or so to home, depending on which road you take. 6 hours or 9 hours, depending on which roads and how fast, and blah, 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 blah. Just something that was interesting. Oh yeah, today we saw some people that were going for a walk in the dark with the moonlight. It was a full moon almost. And somebody was driving along behind them very slowly. And so that they had an opportunity to go for a walk. And their ride was behind them. She said, you know how they follow a wide load? Well, they're following us. And I remembered the time that Willem and I were driving on the New York State Thruway, and I got bored. Or no, it was the I-81. And I really needed to get out and walk. I was in a bit of pain or something. You know how it is when you sit too long. So I got out and I walked along the shoulder, and he drove along the shoulder behind me on the interstate. Isn't that funny? Had a nice walk. So now whenever we drive by that place, I always see it and think, oh, I've been there. Isn't that neat? Anyway, so I'm back here in the place that we were when I made those first videos, you know, about the nature calls, the toilet in the woods, and the dawn chorus, and how to take candy from a baby, and carrot earrings, and how to dress in layers. Lots of those videos were made here. Those are my very first videos. And then I showed them to all the cousins, and they thought they were wonderful. Oh, they loved them. It was so funny. Isn't that cool? Okay, well, it's been 6 minutes and 59 seconds. Oh, now it's been 7 minutes. 7:02, 7:04. This videos will soon be over. This video is going long, and it will soon be over. And now it will be over sooner. It will be over sooner. And it will be over sooner still. Time is marching on, and time is still marching on. This vid will soon be at an end, and now it's even sooner. And now it's even sooner, and now it's even sooner. This video will soon be at an end, and now it's even sooner, and now it's sooner still. Okay, you heard it here last. See you soon.